University's Department of Theater Performance Studies.
Please take a moment to silence your cell phones and turn off anything that would make lights or sound.
No photography or videography is permitted during the performance.
Take a moment to locate the emergency exits here, and right there.
Thank you for supporting Arts KSU
and enjoy the performance.
Your heart lies upon this table. You must figure out which one is yours by the time this candle has burned out. I will allow you to try each heart out. If you do not decide, you will live without a heart. If you choose wrong, you must live with the incorrect heart. Your decision is final.
As I was growing up, my parents always told me I could grow where I was planted. It's fitting that my name also translates to blossom. That always frustrated me. To me, that meant I would never push myself further once I was satiated, content. I would never go past that. Like a weed in concrete, I would be rooted into something that could be more fulfilling. Never expanding, never exploring past my limits. Stuck knowing nothing better. At a similar age, I was quick to overwhelm. I would pray for the whole house to burn down. To start fresh would be easier. Or it would be easier to give up my control. The fire is out of my hands, and now my heart is too. As I tested each heart out, I quickly was able to tell which heart was mine. And I realized I hate it. Small, weak, subservient, too insecure to take up any space, but too big of an ego to fall into obscurity. The other options weren't any better. Angry, lonely, disconnected, and I realized that maybe in some sick and twisted way I wished for this. I wanted an excuse to change the way I am. I could live small, weak, subservient for the rest of my life. It would be more effort to change the way I am than it would to continue living in discomfort. Or I could choose to live vengeful, alone, furious. This wizard is forcing me to make a choice, to confront my uncomfort. Feel so terrible to exist in, yet all three of these hearts feel wrong. And when I think back, there was a time I felt better. I remember being a kid and feeling the sun on my skin, speaking my mind, feeling part of a group. I remember loving and being loved without a second thought. I remember dancing with my friends and praying that I'd never lose that feeling. How did I lose it? Can I get it back?
Your time is up. Make your decision. Choose between the three hearts.
There's one more option.
What could that possibly be? Choose!
I knew I'd end up with a truckload full of stuff.
Seriously, you've got the whole art gallery right here.
All right, but you know you're gonna love it once it's hung up in my apartment. And now you can stop complaining how bare it is in there. Like, is a picture of my dog not enough? Hold on, did you even see all the paintings I got?
No, I was,
Too busy flirting with the food truck girl? Yeah, I
okay,
saw
not
that.
true, not true. While I was waiting on my food, I was just trying to make small talk.
And
Nothing
you were...
more. And she was just complimenting my shirt
And you were puffing your chest and batting your eyelashes.
Oh, piss off. I did not do that.
You legit did it. It's subconscious to you now, but I promise you, you do it.
Huh.
I mean, you definitely got game. You used to date Briley Nelson. I mean, if you're looking for help, I mean, if I was there, and I did catch a glimpse of her, she was hot, but if I was there, I would have given her the whole rundown. What's your name? Where are you from? What music do you like? Do you want to meet in the back in 10 minutes?
Okay,
And...
I mean, I don't know how you do it. You got such a charm factor.
And you don't. People love you, girl, crawling all over you. I had to knock 3 people out of the way just to say hi to you in middle school.
Well, middle school is different. I mean, I don't have that kind of swag anymore. You know, I've changed a lot since then.
Really? I don't think you've changed one bit. Well, no, you did come out as lesbian. That was new. But besides that, you still have the same goofy smile, same eyes, same overly enthusiastic passion about nature and sea animals. Remind me what the animal of the month is?
The edible sea cucumber.
Ah, yes, the cucumber. Oh, that reminds me. Let me show you the painting I got. Ta-da! Doesn't it just like make you think? Believe it or not, I don't always like the way I look about myself, but if I can find something beautiful in that
Marcus.
painting, maybe I can find something beautiful in me. You know, like
Marcus.
most people would be scared to buy it and put it in their living room, but not me. I'm putting that bad boy front
Marcus,
and
I think
center.
I'm a man.
Wait, what?
I think I'm a man. I've come to realize during relationships, or how I saw myself with another woman, that something felt off to me, you know? It didn't feel like home. I mean, you remember how happy I was with Briley. But even then, it felt like something was knocking at the door. And it kept knocking and knocking. I wouldn't open it. I just thought it was a typical sign of bad luck. Or that was my sign that I wasn't supposed to be with her. And so I ended the relationship. I told her I felt out of place. I didn't know how and I didn't know why. And after I ended things with Briley, I thought that was going to be the end of it. But it wasn't. That door kept bugging me. It kept knocking and knocking and knocking and knocking and knocking. And finally, I couldn't take it anymore. A few days ago, while I was sitting on the floor of my bathroom, close to tears and seconds away from asking Google why I felt so bad, I opened it up. I answered the door. And finally, I saw. It was like a bright orange light engulfed me. And suddenly, I felt all tingly and warm. Of course, I felt out of place with Briley. I didn't want to be a girl loving another girl. I wanted to be a boy loving another girl. I want to be the one you call boyfriend or husband. Or be invited out with the homeboys. That's the life I want. And this stupid painting just made me think. It looks like shit, Marcus.
Oh?
It does. But this painting did not ask to be made. And yet, it was made anyway. And somehow, there's people out there like you who love it. And it made me think, if I were to paint my body with changes to look like the boy in this painting here, would there still be people out there who really like me?
Oh, Shay, of course people would still like you. I like you. Love you. I'm your friend, no matter what, all right? Should I still call you Shay? Do you have a true name yet?
Not really. I mean, okay, I really thought that Todd sounded nice.
Oh. Okay. Okay, we'll workshop it, and if you don't like it, we can try something else. So, Todd, let me just tell you this. I am your friend. I love you, and I'm here for you. I've never let you down in however many years we've known each other, and this won't be the first time I do it. You're an incredible person, and you have the right to feel like yourself, you know?
Thank you. I think I'm finally starting to. This is a lot easier than I thought it would be.
What? Did you think there was going to be an outrage?
No, I mean, coming out as trans is a lot different than coming out as a lesbian.
I suppose. Does this mean I have to give you the painting now?
Oh, absolutely not. You can keep that. I'll see it when you hang it up in your living room.
Hey, weren't you the one I talked to at the food truck earlier? You ordered the grilled cheese with tomato and spinach?
Oh, yeah, that was me. I'm sorry. Was my ordering, did I talk too much? I know you were trying to work, and I just...
No, you're fine. I loved it, actually. I actually wanted to talk more. I got to the truck thinking that wanted to talk to you a little bit more, but I didn't catch your name. Did we exchange names? I don't think we did.
Oh, no, we didn't.
Right. Well, my name is Cece, and what's yours? It's okay if you don't want to.
No, I'm okay. I can share. My name is Todd.
Todd. That's a handsome name.
Thank you.
So y'all need help carrying the art supplies? Or?
Yes, we would love it. I'm Marcus, by the way. So, Cece, why don't you tell us, Todd, all about you. Where are you from? Where are you from? What music do you like? Do you want to meet Todd in the...
No, that's enough!
Go on down south and listen. They'll lecture y'all on
Southern heritage.
And pride.
What are we proud of?
What, this bastardized land?
a culture rich in hatred.
Saturated in sectarianism.
Blood brewed with bias. Poisoned with prejudice.
Infused with ignorance.
The earth, though her body is scarred, is none of these.
I might write that down.
That was good.
You know, this wouldn't have happened if we just stayed home. I'm just saying, if you hadn't dragged me out to your stupid Halloween office party, we wouldn't be stuck in a broken elevator right now. Could be at home watching The Shining, but no.
Would you just shut up?
He speaks!
So not in the mood for your sarcasm right now, William. You know, most people would be happy to accompany their boyfriend to a Halloween party.
Really, David, you're going to pull the full name card and the boyfriend card.
It's not a card, Will. It's a matter of fact.
Oh, well, speaking as a matter of fact, I'd love to accompany you to a Halloween party. Just not a painfully dull corporate one. With all your boring coworkers, no alcohol, and in this stale excuse of a building with an apparently broken elevator.
Why are you acting like the elevator being broken is my fault? How was I supposed to know this would happen? You think I control the building?
It's not your fault. I'm not saying the elevator being broken is your fault.
Thank you.
What I'm saying is that it's your fault that we're in this elevator. You're the one who made us come here.
You think I want to be going to this party?
Well, yeah, considering you dragged me out here and made me dress up.
I don't want to be here. I hate parties. This is the last place I'd want to be this weekend. You have no idea how much I wish I was at home baking cookies or carving pumpkins. I brought you here because I have to be here. I wanted company because I hate this job and I hate everyone here. It's boring and soul-crushing and nothing but small talk and having to look at albums of photos of my coworkers' kids. I brought you because I wanted somebody I trust to be with me. Because even if I don't want to be here, I'd still have you by my side. And maybe that would make it just a little better. And maybe I could handle it. But clearly, I was wrong about that.
Look,
And now we're stuck in a fucking elevator. I don't even know why I'm complaining. I'd much rather sit here with you than be upstairs at that party.
Me too.
I'm sorry we're stuck here.
It's all right. It's not your fault. So whose fault do you think it is?
Huh.
You think the building was struck by lightning? Someone cut the power line.
Oh?
The zombie apocalypse started.
A higher power stepped in to save us from my office Halloween party. Or it was Bradley from accounting.
Was he the one that stole your coffee mug?
Yep.
Oh, I bet it was him.
You've only been gone just over a day, and I can't stop myself from writing to you already. I miss you terribly. I hope England is treating you well. Certainly better than here. Oh, how's the food over there? Maybe you could send me a sample. Oh, and please send William my regards. I trust he's been treating you well. I am counting down the days until I can see you. I long for nothing more than to hold you in my arms again. With love, Marianne Walsh.
Dearest Marianne, I'm glad to see a letter from you so soon. I miss you deeply as well. England is dull, but I'm not exactly in a position to complain. Oh, you would love England, though. What I would call dull, I'm sure you would say is serene or peaceful. Oh, the food is exquisite. William had me try kromeski yesterday, and I must say it was surprisingly succulent. I would have loved to share it with you. In spite of everything, William has been a close friend and confidant to me since the move. By all means, he's been a good husband. Though I wish I could have you here with me. Things are much better in England, but a part of me wishes I was able to stay with you despite it all. I cannot help but worry about you, however. How are things back in Ireland? I hope your family has been able to manage. Yours truly, Esther Murphy.
My darling Esther, I am overjoyed to hear that things are well with you. I wish I could see a play on Drury Lane with you. One day we'll walk through London hand in hand, and we'll eat kromeski together. I won't lie. Things here still aren't looking very good, but we're managing. The thought of seeing you again keeps me going. I won't lie, though. My parents keep urging me to get married. On one hand, I understand what someone of his stature could do for us, but on the other, the thought of marrying a man, someone other than you, frightens me. What do you think? You've always been quite good at these things. Always, Marianne Walsh.
My Anne, I'm very sorry to hear that you're not doing well. I tried to talk to William about visiting and bringing some food for you, but he won't budge. I'm sorry. It may be a while before I can see you again. Please hold out for me until I get there. I understand your fear of marriage. I was the same way. Yet I cannot help but urge you to accept the proposal. With luck, your husband could bring you away from the famine. We could be together again. I was originally devastated at the notion of marrying William, as I knew moving would tear me away from you. But it saved me from starvation nonetheless. It could do the same for you. I urge you to think of your life currently, and not just what your life may be. Yours, Esther Murphy.
My beloved Esther, please don't fret over me. Food would be appreciated, but we will be fine either way, although I wouldn't complain over an excuse to see you. I thought about what you said in your last letter, and although I am terrified, I decided to go through with the marriage. I am currently engaged to a man named Frederick, although I wish I was engaged to a woman named Esther instead. But I plan to ask Frederick to move to London, so I may be close to you. With any luck, I'll see you soon. Yours always, Marianne Walsh.
Dear Marianne, I'm elated to hear of your engagement. It eases my mind to know that you'll have enough money for you and your parents soon, at the very least. I fear of getting my hopes up, but I dare say I'm excited to see you in London. We may be able to walk the streets together yet. Also, I loathe to ask this, but may I request you be more mindful of your language in future letters? You know how I care for you, but I fear of William reading these letters, especially with the prospect of us reuniting soon. I'd hate for him to read these letters and become vexed. I'm terribly sorry to ask this of you, but I'm sure you'll understand all the same. Warmly, Esther Murphy.
Dearest Esther, I am so sorry. It did not even occur to me that William could see our letters. I promise I will be more mindful in the future. In other news, I am excited to tell you that Frederick and I have gotten married without any issues. Unfortunately, it seems as though he's not keen at the idea of moving to London, but I will keep asking, and hopefully we will be reunited again. I promise I won't say it again, but I just want to write it one last time. I love you so much. Best wishes, Marianne O'Brien.
To my dear friend, congratulations on your marriage. I hope to hear of many new milestones from you. I'm saddened to hear that you won't be here as soon as we hoped, but I'm sure we'll see each other again. With your stubbornness, I doubt William could deny you much longer. Oh, and thank you for understanding. Meanwhile, William and I have finally seemed to settle into our house. Everything is decorated and organized. Oh, there's even a breakfast nook. Oh, hopefully you and I will get to have tea together there one day. I look forward to your next letter. All the best, Esther Murphy. Dear Marianne, it's been 2 months since your last letter. I don't mean to clutter your mail, but I am worried for you. I suppose I thought you would have written by now. My last letter probably simply got lost in the mail. I'm sure you've been receiving many letters and gifts after your marriage. Is there anything I could give to you and Frederick? I hope to hear again from you soon. Best, Esther Murphy. Marianne, I hope nothing has happened to you. I just need you to respond, please. I understand now that I've done wrong by you. You never wanted to hide our relationship. I should have never asked you to. You're braver than I. Please, please, Anne. I love you. I love you more than life itself. Please, I'll return to Ireland. Just give me the word. I would do anything if you asked. I can tell William I need to check on my mother. I will find a way back to you. I am so sorry. I love you so much. Esther Murphy. Dear Esther Murphy, I regret to be the one to tell you this, but Marianne has died. The day of her wedding, she left her fiancé at the altar. No one knew where she went. She was already a little ill before the wedding, but did not want to postpone the matrimony. By the time we found her again, she had already succumbed to her illness. I saw that we kept getting letters addressed to Marianne from you, so I wanted to notify you of her passing. I know you two were good friends. If you can afford to travel, you are free to visit her grave with us sometime. I'm sorry you had to hear this way. Sincerely, Marianne's father.
The cardinal doesn't sing songs of sexism. Honeysuckle doesn't taste of bitter bigotry. The dogwood tree doesn't mind what color you are when you sit beneath it.
When you stroll along the tides of Tybee, the sand feels the same, no matter the likeness of your lover.
And the hard granite veins that run under our feet are a reminder that
Mother Earth's greatest gift to us has been molded into a moment of hatred.
Your boyfriend's in the bathroom and I'm holding your hand. I wonder if he notices the things that I can. You don't even get it, no, you don't understand. I want you, but I know I'm only one of your friends. I know all about you, all your favorite things. I listen to your stories, all your wildest dreams. And you go on for hours, say he's not what you need. You know you're too good for him, but if it were me, I'd give you everything. So what can I do? So you feel it too. 'Cause I just wanna see it, but I'm scared if I do. You ain't looking at me the way I look at you. What can I do? So you feel it too. I'd rather keep on lying than to tell you the truth. So we'll be here forever wondering what can I do? I'm sorry, but I'm picturing you kissing my neck. You coming over late at night to be in my bed. 'Cause I swear that you feel it, but then I second guess. I don't know if you see is how I do in my head. I'd give you everything. So what can I do? So you feel it too. 'Cause I just want
cornflower fields were once battlegrounds.
And white wooden churches are still stained with blood.
Selfish soldiers who murdered for their cropping quota occupy graves falsely marked with hero.
Rebel flags from a war they long lost still wave over fields of tick seed.
Hey!
Oh, fuck! Hey, Brian.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey!
You scared the shit out of me.
Sorry, I just got excited.
Jesus, you freaked me out.
I said I was sorry. It's been a while.
I know.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool. I've been waiting for you.
How long were you waiting?
Too long. Really, but it's fine.
No, it's not. Don't do that.
I'm just glad you're here. Okay?
Okay.
You know, you could at least sit down.
I know. I will.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah?
Yep, sitting down.
Yep.
Hey,
Yeah?
do you remember when we were in high school and we found that bee's nest?
Hive.
What?
It's called a beehive.
Right, we found that beehive's nest and we threw it in the locker room and the football team was in there.
I remember telling you not to do that.
Yeah, but only because you had a huge crush on Stan Parks.
So did you.
Well, he was the only guy in our class that had chest hair, like I wasn't going to be about it.
He was also the only guy allergic to bees.
Oh shit, that's right, he almost died.
Luckily, I had the EpiPen.
You saved his life, and then you guys fell in love.
Incorrect. I fell in love. He was just a bi-curious straight boy who was not curious enough to kiss me in private or be seen with me in public.
Oh shit, that's right, I'm sorry.
I should have saved the EpiPen.
Why did you have it anyway?
I stole it from my little brother just in case Stan needed it. I could save his life and he'd fall in love with me. We'd move to the city and adopt a French bulldog.
Oh.
Yeah.
How long were you waiting, Michael? Tell me.
Do you remember when we first found this place?
So you're not going to tell me.
It was the summer between freshman and sophomore year.
Classic Michael, you always changing the subject.
Do you remember?
Of course I do. This place was so magical. I ran to your house and dragged you out into the woods in your underwear.
I said, at least let me put on some shorts, you said.
There is no time for shorts, only adventure.
I got so many bug bites.
And stairs.
And stairs. Thank you.
You're welcome. God, we were so dumb.
You still are.
Excuse me? Me? Dumb? Never.
God. You are so stupid. No,
I'm still mad at you, remember?
Yeah, but never for long.
I know. Never for long. So dumb, you dragged me half naked through the woods to this place and said,
Ta-da!
and I
Was unimpressed.
thoroughly unimpressed.
Well, that's because you always see something and then you immediately pick it apart. When you saw this place, you could not stop complaining about the decomposing laws, how dark it was here, the lack of proper seating.
The bees.
Which I got rid of. I took this place and made it into something special. A place for a couple young gay kids to just figure our shit out. We can run away from the world here.
You're acting as if we had some great epic youth. That we learned a lot about ourselves and the world was our oyster. This place was not a sanctuary. It was a hideout.
What's the difference?
People hated
They
us.
still do.
Right. But we're adults now. We can fight back. Back then, I was just a scared fucking kid who would blindly follow you around because I was an idiot.
That's not why, and you know
I
it.
know.
Just say why.
No!
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Fuck you.
What are we doing here?
I'm working on it.
You are always so scared of the world.
Because the world is scary.
You are always so afraid to see the potential in things. So afraid of getting your hopes up. So afraid of getting excited.
Because I had gotten my hopes up so many times before. What right did I have to have hope?
We both had the same hope to get out of here.
Right. But that didn't happen, did it? I'm still here and you, well, you're not.
Michael? How long were you waiting?
Do you remember when I got in that huge fight with my dad?
Which one?
The big one. I had that bruise.
Oh, yeah.
I came here to get away from the world, from my dad, from everything and everyone.
I'm sorry.
And then you showed up with that guy.
I said I'm sorry.
With tears in my eyes and a fresh bruise on my face, I came here looking for peace or comfort in my best friend. You guys were drunk. And you asked me to leave because my whole being sad thing was really a buzzkill.
I shouldn't have said that.
I left.
I'm sorry. How long were you waiting, Michael? Please
I can't.
tell me.
I
Why
can't.
not?
Because I don't know. I keep trying to forgive you, to excuse you, make it all my fault, as if I could have made you stay.
I'm the one who told you to meet me here.
You were leaving, moving to the city without me.
We had that huge fight over a guy.
Stan fucking Parkson, you slept with him, knowing what we went through. You still slept with him.
He's the one who hit me up.
Oh, knowing I was in love with you still did it.
There it is.
Fuck off.
That's what our fight was about. It was not about Stan. Not really. You were in love with me. You followed me around like some hurt fucking puppy.
I was hurt. It's not by you or Stan or my fucking dad. Where was I supposed to find hope? I looked to the men in my life for meaning as if that would be the answer.
You kept falling for men who would never love you back.
We had our huge fight. I hadn't heard from you in over a year, and out of nowhere, you let me know you're moving to the city. You asked me to meet you here just like old times.
I said I wanted to talk about it.
I thought you were going to apologize.
I did it.
I wanted you to know that I had forgiven you because of course I had. I wanted you to take me with you.
I didn't.
I wanted to come here, hoping that I wasn't still in love with you, but I was, of course. So I came here, and I waited, and I waited, and I waited.
I didn't show up.
You never showed up.
I left without saying goodbye.
You left with the worst goodbye. A goodbye that gave me hope, then stole it away just like you always did.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not. You blocked me out of your life and tried to pretend I didn't exist, and I, in all my wisdom, kept looking for ways to forgive you, as if that would be the answer.
It could be.
No, it can't.
Why are we here then, Michael?
I'm working on it.
Well, you work harder. You brought me here like you have so many times before. Isn't this what we do? Huh? You come here and you remember the night I never showed up. You play it over and over in your head. And then I show up. We make up, we kiss, you are warm, and life is back because you think that this is what it is like to love and be loved. It hurts. It is you forgiven, even the most unforgivable. It feels like you're suffocating. It feels like you're drowning. Kiss me.
That is not happening tonight. I am not here to forgive you.
But you always forgive me. You want to stare into my eyes and get lost in them. The emptiness of the sky was always threatening to swallow you whole. And yet, when you peered into my eyes, the void would envelop you in a warm glow.
There was an eternity in them. All their own. Listen, I've done a lot of thinking. And I'm tired. Tired of trying to forgive you, to forgive everyone. Trying to make things make sense in my head. I imagine a scenario where you do show up. We make up and that warmth of life is real, but it's not. So I'm here to end it.
What?
I realize that forgiving you is not an option, at least not right now. No, there's something I need to do before I can forgive you.
Forget me?
No, I'll never forget you. As much as I've tried, as much as I've wanted to. It's been years. No, I'm never forgetting you.
Then what are you doing?
I'm finally allowing myself to feel something besides this sadness and longing and this childish, abusive idea of love, that you are the only one that can give me what I need. I am feeling angry.
What do you
I
mean?
am angry, Brian. I am pissed. I am livid. I have wasted so much of my life trying to forgive you. I do not have to forgive you.
But
no! No more excuses. No more of my own goddamn excuses. I am done loving you and hurting myself.
Jesus Christ!
And this. Do you recognize it?
We used to write to each other in the code that only we knew.
Yeah. And we tell each other our deepest, darkest secrets. I've written one last message to you in here. I remembered our code. Do you? My final message to you.
Goodbye. Michael, you don't have to do this.
I want to do this, Brian. This is what I want. This is my closure. This is my catharsis. I spent so much time waiting for you to show up and make me whole. Just the thought of your kiss would take me back from the edge.
How long did you wait, Michael?
All night. I waited all night and well into the next day. And then I waited some more. I knew you weren't coming. I didn't want to face the world. Everyone's eyes saying he left, that vast emptiness threatening to swallow me whole. I didn't want to face it. I waited out here for 5 days. When they found me, I was just sitting there, waiting, alone in the woods. I am done waiting!
Which airport is he flying into?
JFK?
At 11?
11:30.
All right. Tell the car service to pick you up at 10:30. Tell them to take the BQE to the LIE to the Van Wyck. That'll get you to the airport at 11. But tell the driver to take the Midtown Tunnel back. It'll cost you $3.50. But, you know, the Manhattan-bound traffic on the Williamsburg Bridge, too heavy.
Check that.
Do you ever go out dancing? Sometimes I do. My friend Sheila, she goes to this club on Wednesday nights, and sometimes she invites a bunch of us girls to go.
I'd like to go sometime.
Sure.
Will you let me know next time you go?
A bunch of us girlfriends go. It's fun. The music's great, and it's fun because you don't have to worry about guys picking you up. Because it's all women. I like to go there and dance. There's this warm kind of like when you go to the bathroom and there's only one line, and everyone's really nice and smiles.
Do you ever ask someone to dance?
We usually stick to each other. Us friends. Sheila, she usually knows a bunch of women there, and I've met them.
You meet anyone there that seemed interesting?
No. No, not there. Have you?
What?
In St. Louis, do they, or have you?
I mean, we have a couple places like that, but I've never been. My friend Janet says that only the college girls go to the clubs and bars. Older lesbians just stay home and read. That's what everyone in St. Louis does. Stays home, brews their own beer, or does their email.
But I mean, have you ever, like...
I mean, it's hard to imagine a woman who's never felt attracted.
Right, right.
I mean, it's hard when you've never actually been...
Do you want a beer?
Love one!
Okay. Okay, right. Oh, thanks. Got it? Okay. Oh, you're good.
What time is it?
Just about 6.
Oh, no.
What?
I promised my roommates that I'd clean the apartment by the time they got home from their trip, and they're gonna be home in an hour.
Oh, man, just stay a couple more minutes.
I really should go.
Okay, stay one more minute.
Callie.
I want to show you something.
What?
Take my watch.
Okay.
What time is it?
5:59.
And how many seconds?
38 seconds.
And what day is today?
Thursday?
Okay. What time is it now?
5:59 and 50 seconds.
So count them.
What?
Count them down. 5 seconds. 4.
3. What?
Oh man.
It's quiet. Oh, it's Thursday at 6 o'clock and it's quiet. I'll call you tomorrow.
Okay. Oh, my watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
See ya.
See ya.
It's a shame. We should be ashamed. It's a shame I want to leave my home for concrete and metal.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, just put those in the kitchen.
Mom? I wanted to talk to you about something.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, go ahead.
I just wanted to see how you were doing.
I'm doing fine.
Yeah?
Actually, I'm barely hanging on here.
Oh God.
I just haven't been feeling the best.
About yourself?
No. At home, I think I finally feel great about myself. It's when I'm at home, things don't feel good. Ever since, I came out, it's not the same. I mean, with Dad and the others, it's been okay, but it's different with us because we're so close. You're literally my closest friend, Mom, I swear.
You have to understand that this is hard for me as well. Living in a house with someone like my mother, you're taught things that are hard to unlearn. And wait, let me finish. As a parent, you're gonna have a vision or a dream for your child's life. And I think as humans, that's just the way we are. But when I found out that it wasn't coming to fruition, I think I mourned a little.
Mourn?
I grieved for the dream that I had for you because there are some things that I dreamed you'd never have to go through.
I don't think I'm understanding.
Did I tell you I had a brother?
Uncle Eddie? Yeah, he passed.
Did you know he was gay?
Wait, what?
Yeah, he came out to us when we were kids, and when the family found out, they treated him horribly. Horribly, Sam. And his peers at school were just as horrible. The things they said, the things they did, I wouldn't wish that upon anybody. But what I'm trying to say is that it was really, really bad for him, Sam. So bad that when he was 16, he took his own life. And when I found out, I didn't know how to react. So when you came out to me, it brought everything back and I kind of just shut down. My greatest fear is that you would suffer like he did. My vision for my children is that I would protect them and they would be happy. Because that's my job. And I was afraid that I couldn't do that anymore. Sam, I love you with everything that I have. And this is not even about your sexuality. It's about all the ignorant people who try to tear you apart because you're different. Because people don't like different. So I'm just afraid for you. But I'm gonna try and be open and supportive about it, even though I'm scared to death of what can happen. Okay?
Okay. I'm sorry about your brother, and I understand why you are afraid, because this week was rough. But I'm not in that space.
I'm relieved, and I hope it stays that way.
In a way, I've never felt happier and full of life. I think that's what it means to come out, to feel like you're liberated, like you're not in bondage anymore. That's why we do it.
I was 14 the first time I received a confession from a girl I had known for 2 years. She told me she loved me, and me being me without thinking, I replied, "Oh, I love you too." She knew I didn't know what she was saying. So she tried again.
No, Kasia, I have romantic feelings for you.
Truth be told, I had a slight crush on her too, but I buried it down inside to be forgotten forever. The problem was, I didn't have the mental or emotional capacity to be in a relationship, or the courage to tell her that I had feelings for her too. My family spoke of same-sex love as if it were a disease, a poison taking over the mind, contaminating the heart and endangering the spirit. I was scared for both of us. So I told her I never felt that way about her, and we remained just friends. But that was the first time I broke the heart of a woman. The following year, I began trying to figure out what my sexuality was. And then it happened. I saw a girl in a ROTC uniform, and I didn't know what I was feeling until she smiled. Now, 15-year-old me was still scared, but just a little bit more intrigued the more I saw her. I can be, and I still am, a little impulsive when I want something. So I told her sister I liked her, and she told her for me. And the next morning, she sat right across from me on the bus and stared at the side of my face for more than half the ride to school. I was trying to be cool and calm, but that's extremely hard to do when somebody's looking at you like they want to eat you. I was so nervous, I ran off the bus trying to get oxygen into my lungs, and she caught me. She asked for my snap, and only 3 days later we were together.
Well, damn, girl, have some decorum. You just met.
From my perspective, she was my first relationship, and I was like her seventh. I thought she knew what she was doing. I thought I could trust her, and I honestly didn't know how fast things were supposed to move. After I turned 16, we got closer, and she wanted to meet my family and join my church. Our relationship was completely public on her side, and public to peers and non-existent to family on my side, except for my sister, because that's my girl. But I didn't want to shove her in my closet anymore, so I decided to tell them. But fear engulfed my body, and anxiety became my biggest companion.
If you're gay, you're going to hell.
That's a sin and abomination.
God doesn't like that. That's evil.
A woman belongs with a man. That's just how it goes.
They will never accept
you.
you.
Well, fuck it! Am I not the same child you've raised all these years? Am I not still a woman of God? Is he not the one who made me? Am I not still the same manifestation of love, life, and laughter you've always known? I'm tired of my sister receiving allegations when I'm the real culprit. Yes, I like men, but I also like women. Am I not still the same Kasia? I told them one by one. My aunties were cool with it as long as I knew what I was saying. And my mom, she still loved me, but she couldn't understand me. She kept saying this was a phase and that I was confused. But as I stand here today, I can tell you it was not a phase. My dad did what most dads do, you know, joke it off.
Yeah, I guess that means no sleepovers for you. It'd be a damn shame if you could pull more girls than me. I don't know how this works, but do you still identify as a woman?
My dad was confused, but I respected his process because he was still trying. It was my grandma and my elders I was afraid to tell, so I kept quiet because I didn't want to lose them. My grandma hadn't spoken of going to hell for being gay for a very long time, but I was still afraid. Years later, after the girl and I broke up, my grandma got me alone, and we were joking around, and then she became serious.
Have I ever talked to you about liking girls?
I was so nervous I could have puked. In mere moments, I was gonna lose my grandma. I worked so hard to keep our relationship and protect myself from her rejection and her disappointment, holding my breath anytime anyone would mention my little friend, hoping this day would never come. My grandma was a woman who did not tolerate same-sex love because her mother didn't. The same woman who would change the channel or look me dead in my eyes and ask me about the weather when a same-sex love scene came on TV. Well, when we were younger, you would say we're going to hell for being gay. She reached out her hands and came face to face with me.
Kasia, you know my daughter. No matter what happens, I love you to the moon and back. You know you're thicker than thieves.
It felt like a prank, like some cruel dream. But I finally realized my grandma saw me. Apparently, my grandma had known I liked girls since I was 16. My girlfriend at the time told my grandma that I was her girlfriend at a church event without even asking or telling me. I didn't know whether to be pissed or happy. But sure enough, my grandma would comfort me and defend me anytime anyone would say anything about the rainbow community. And most importantly, she still loved me. Finally, I was able to breathe with ease. At last, I was free.
Where is he? He said he'd leave it in the hedge.
Just leave it?
That's what he does. You give him the money, he buys alcohol for you, and he leaves it in this bush.
Ew, Cass, that's pretty.
Right. He's just a paranoid guy. He's doing us a favor.
What's in it for him?
What?
I said, what's in it for him?
He's just... I don't know, Emily.
So he just buys alcohol for 19-year-olds out of the goodness of his heart. No ulterior motive.
Did you have someone else who can buy booze for us?
I see something shiny. Is that it?
No. No, I think... I don't know. I think it's trash or something. It isn't.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, there we go.
What's Wild Irish Rose?
It's $4.50. That's what it is.
Okay. What? Are we just gonna drink in the woods? Let's go back to your place.
No, your dorm's closer.
Even for the RAs in a freshman dorm, it's zero tolerance for alcohol. Remember?
Well then, I guess this date happens right here in the woods because we can't go back to my place.
I mean, your mom would never notice if we...
No! Sorry. But, she's actually been a bit better lately. She's up and about.
Oh, no, yeah, that's great.
Yeah, so I'd rather.
No,
drink
of
in
course,
the-
of course. I'm sorry. I am happy to drink in the woods.
It's not too blue collar for you.
Very funny. No, it's just. It doesn't matter. I'll drink Wild Irish Rose with you anywhere. Doesn't matter how sketchy the guy you bought it from was. I love you. The woods is fine.
You love me?
Shut up, no.
You love me?
I didn't mean to say.
No. You said it.
No! I didn't mean to say. I'm sorry. I didn't. I mean.
Fine. I get it. You didn't.
No,
mean.
I overreacted. It's just. What kind of person would I be if I just said something like that and left?
Are you gonna just say something like that and leave?
Cass?
Are you?
You know, it's always been my plan to knock out some credits and then transfer somewhere better.
What, you said that once like a million years ago?
Yeah, but I did say it.
Where?
NYU. Not to the spring semester.
So you'll just go away for Christmas and never come back?
I mean, you could come with me.
I couldn't leave my mom.
You always told me what she really needs is a home care worker. I mean, someone trained. Do you think after 2 years at community college you're going to be able to afford that? I mean, do you think you're going to be able to get that money anywhere around here? Our lives could be so different.
I wish I could. Really, but it's different for me. I can't just transfer. I can't.
What? I bet some of your credits would transfer
No.
over.
Emily, there aren't any credits.
What do you mean?
I mean, I don't have any credits.
Like, not anymore? Did you drop out, or?
You know, I take care of my mom. I work at the gas station. How would I have time for school?
I mean, lots of people make time. I just thought you had a lighter class load.
I'm on campus all the time because I work part-time doing maintenance and landscaping. They let me audit Intro to Gender Studies. That's it.
You lied to me.
I just never stopped you from assuming things, I guess.
Okay, then.
I'm sorry, I can't.
No, of course. Of course you can't just transfer, cuz. How about this? You come with me anyway.
To New York.
To New York. We get a place, split the rent.
I can't leave my mom.
You just said she was getting better.
Jesus, Em. I said she's been better for like the past week. Who knows how long that'll last? I can't just abandon her the second she's fucking
Okay, sorry. Okay. In the spring, I go to New York, and if your mom is better in 3 months, maybe you come see me?
New York's so far, Emily.
It's not that far. A quick plane ride. I mean, we have time to get the money. Or you could take the bus. Overnight. You fall asleep, you wake up, you're with me. It is that easy.
But what if she...
You come see me. And if you like it, and if she's okay, maybe you stay? It's just, I don't think either one of us can put our lives on hold for anyone yet. I mean, not before we can even buy our own alcohol.
I must say goodbye.
Goodbye to the strong pine trees that sheltered my childhood.
And to the gentle river birch, I thank you for your autumn leaves.
To the creek I bounded, and the moss that softened my fall, I'll miss you.
To the Thrasher family, I wish your hatchlings well.
And Mr. Fox, sir, your mischief will be missed.
And please let the magnolia know that she is not why I must go.
I'll miss the doe and her yearly fawns.
And to the stag, the prince of the wood.
I will bow till my hair sweeps the grass. Please.
Please know it was none of you.
I promise.
I promise.
I promise.
I promise.
I promise I'd stay if I could.
Hi, my name's Nicole. She, her. I was in What Can I Do? Goodbye, Georgia, and Hedges.
I'm Ace, he, they. I was in Something Beautiful, and I'm one half of the voice for At Last.
I have two mics. MJ Faulkner, he, they, and I, the other student coordinator for coming out. This is my last year doing this. I've been doing this for 4 years. And I directed Goodbye, Georgia. I directed and wrote Goodbye, Georgia. Hi, I'm Lindsay Morgan. I use she, her pronouns, and I choreographed What Can I Do?
Hi, my name is Ash. You can call me Ashley if you don't like nicknames. I use she, her pronouns. I danced in What Can I Do and performed in Stop Kiss, and I was the other half of the voice in At Last.
Hi, I'm Nate, he, him. I was in Something Beautiful and The Elevator.
Cool. So now is a chance, now that you guys know who we are, to just like ask us questions. We just have all this time. Get these people at the end.
We spawned late, but I'm Gray, he, they.
Alex, she, her.
We are your sound design team.
So we'd like love to hear you guys' questions or your thoughts or anything that you guys just like want to talk about. We're open to it. Does anyone have any questions to get us started? Yeah.
Yes. So Ash, I guess in Alana as well. Okay. In Stop Kiss, the decision to use the song Siegfried, was there any intention
Not. It's one of my favorite Frank Ocean songs. So that was honestly basically it. Like, it's just one of my favorite Frank Ocean songs. So I was just like, oh, we're gonna do this one. And I also wanted one that was kind of like at the beginning of cause those are, like, that is actually my personal record player and all my personal records. And so I just wanted one that was like easy to like, that was at the beginning of like one of the sides, just so it was easier for Ellie. And that one happened to be like one of the first ones on one of the sides. And yeah, it's like my favorite song. So.
I only say that because in one of the lyrics, it's like, living in the idea, an idea from another man's mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Great song. Great song.
Alright, we'll ask them to get us started. We'll get the cast started with this. Cast and crew, would you guys like to talk a little bit about what this process was like for you as a queer person and what like making art as a queer person means to you?
Hi. This opportunity is always really special for me because I've done coming out before, or like this type of coming out. And I feel like it's an opportunity where I get to actually like experience art forms that I don't normally get to do. Like, I'm not really classified as a dancer most times, but like this is a space in which like I can finally like tap into that and like actually, even if I like, it was hard for me at first, like I get the space to learn new things and express myself that like sometimes you don't get with like a norm, like, or a more traditional show where it's like these are the roles and that's it.
That makes sense.
The kind of background side, I have also worked on coming out. I did it last year, and that was my first year, and I performed in it. And it's like, I think something that's like very special because kind of a lot of things that we do here you don't see in it. Like, also this is our first year doing drag, and like you're not really gonna find that in any other show here. So I think we just get to do things that are like very different, and also this is just kind of a space for everybody here to be authentically queer and authentically themselves, like in whatever that like means to them. And I think that's like really, really cool. And also like just with the piece that I directed, it's like a show that I like really love. So I like really enjoyed being able to like do that here and kind of, yeah.
I feel like like compared to like any other show that like I've done, like it's just like I feel like the experience and the process as an actor is just very easy because all of the scenes and all of the pieces are so close to home that it's just like this is me, like its character is literally me. So it wasn't really like having to do any like extreme character work. And it's just like a great way to express yourself because like, you know, oftentimes like we get embarrassed of our own feelings like about like whatever, our sexuality or gender identity. So it's just like, if you can go like behind like a character, it's just like, oh, okay, like now I have this reign of free expression and just like to be surrounded by all these like people who are just so loving, just so like, I don't know, just like give me all that energy. It's an awesome experience and we can't wait to do it for the next 2 years.
I would say for me personally, this is my first year doing coming out, and I think as a queer woman of color, it was so refreshing to just kind of bask in the freedom of the intersectionality of being queer and being a woman of color, because in most shows that I've done, people see a black woman on stage before they see a queer woman on stage, and you get cast as the black mother or a black family going through hard times, and it's just like please. So it's like it was really nice to just be who I like, show this side of me that nobody really gets to see on stage, because it's a very authentic part of who I am, and I'm very proud of this part of who I am, and I'm proud of being a black woman too. So it's nice to just be able to practice and express both of those things without being like, see, I'm one, or see, I'm the other. So yeah.
Oh, sorry. This is my first time doing coming out, and I loved it, and I'm definitely going to do it for the next 2 years. But I think like the thing that is different about coming out than like any other show is just like everyone else has touched on it, but authenticity, and like you can be in a show and you can really relate to a single role in a show and like be like, wow, I feel like this is who I am, and like this show, this is the character, like the character is who I am. But like doing coming out and like being queer and being someone who like, this is like something that has happened in my life where I like it's just another level of authenticity in that I don't, it's less of acting and just like living life and being able to like present that to you wonderful people here.
For me, it was really nice to be able to do a dance piece that was like about like loving women. And I never saw that growing up. Like I grew up a dancer and I never saw anything like that. So it was so cool to be given the opportunity to be able to finally see that on a stage in front of me and like it be like my real life, not watching through a video screen. So it was really like cool and refreshing. It made me just so happy that I could finally see that. So,
Another question I have for all of y'all, and something that might not everyone in this room might not know.
We have one more over here.
We have one more over here.
Yeah.
Go, go.
This is my first time doing coming out because I'm also a freshman, but I feel like I've never really had like a space where I felt super safe to be myself, and here like everyone was just so supportive and like loving of everyone, and it just kind of made me feel more proud of like who I am. So
thank you. I'm glad y'all flagged me down. So not everyone in here might know this, but coming out happens over the course of 2 weeks. Alana and I have been working on it for months preparing, but all of the work that you've seen here was done in an incredibly short amount of time, and I think it is completely fair to say that that is insanely impressive and that all of you guys should be proud of yourselves. What was it like doing like a process like that where it's just so concentrated?
Us? Oh, dog. Okay.
Pass that mic down.
Yeah, sure. This is also my first time doing coming out. Not Alex, so this you've done it before. But having such a short time, like we were handed the scripts like not super long before the first production meeting. So it was a lot of, we didn't have time to like meet beforehand. So we were just like, I'll say what I think and then you say what you think and then we'll consolidate. But it was really it was a whirlwind, but it was really, really nice, I think, just because seeing everything come together, especially Alone in the Woods is the one with the most sound effects, so I'm a little biased. But seeing that one and many others come together, like on the stage with lighting, with sound, is like the best part of theater for me, especially in such a loving and accepting community space for queer people. So I didn't really think that just the 2 weeks was terrible. I honestly kind of liked it, I'm not gonna lie. You want to add? Okay, right. She agrees, y'all.
Hell yeah. I forgot what I was gonna say. It said it's gone to the wind. There you go.
Thank you, Nicole. That was just beautiful. Honestly, I have to say that this might be like the easiest time like I've had like learning lines. Like I thought like learning my monologue that I do would be like, I was just like, oh no, I gotta focus like 10 hours a day on that. Like I gotta just really just keep going over that. But like we read for it, and then like I was on the treadmill because I was just like, you know, if I like try to learn lines like while I'm exercising, it's just gonna stick to my brain better. And so I was on the treadmill, and it just like flowed out. Cause like, and again like going with like everything that like my character is saying is just so natural to me. So it's just like yeah, of course that comes next, and of course that comes next, and it was just so like, it was actually surprising me how easy it was to learn. So I would say that like the 2 weeks was actually like great. Like it was like I was like very impressed with like myself.
Hi. Sorry.
Go.
Okay. I was just gonna say, within the 2 weeks, my scene partner Grace like had a lot to memorize. I don't know how she did that, but it was really cool because most of the scenes were original works and they didn't have like a full play, so it was really cool to like piece together these characters without like any basis of the backstory or anything. So like we literally had an entire rehearsal where we just sat and we're like, okay, so who are these people and what did they do and how did this work out? So I think like that was a little bit stressful with the time crunch, but it also allowed for so much to come, you know?
Yeah. We had a question in the audience.
Anthony.
Yes. So I think we can all see how much music plays an effect in the performances today. So I'm just curious to know, were there any specific artists or anything that you felt attached to with the story you told today, or that's just helped you personally with your, time or experience? Music artists, artists.
There's a song called Asheville Blues, and I'm struggling to find the name of the artist who sings it, but if you look up Asheville Blues, it'll probably be the only name. I don't think it's like there's more than one title, but that song is a queer country song. I wrote Goodbye Georgia because I love coming from Georgia. I love my home. And I grew up listening to country music and country albums, and then growing up, it was hard to kind of lose that because I felt like I wasn't allowed to do that anymore because now it was gay, and a lot of the people who like that music hated me now. And so I was really struggling because like that was true to who I was as a person. That's very much like I was still into that, like that I'm from Georgia, that's important to me. These are things that are important to me, but I couldn't engage with it anymore. But that was one of the very first country songs that I found sung by a queer person about like queer identity. And the actors, it didn't make it into the final, the cut, because it has too many lyrics. It wasn't gonna work for the pieces. But that style of music really inspired me, and we listened to it in rehearsals to sort of get to the mind and the zone.
I think also since like Tsunami asked, like my piece had music, and like Frank Ocean is just kind of like a very comfort artist for me. But we got to choose the songs that transitioned into our pieces, and I don't know if you can remember, but mine was like the instrumental of Honey by Kehlani. And with my sophomore year, the year that I like came out to my family, I listened to that song 24/7, like all the time. I was like obsessed. So I felt like it would
be like super cool to use that song, especially like on National Coming Out Day. I was like, it's just, I think that that song holds a very like special place in my heart. And also like kind of with Ash talking about like queer women of color, I think that that representation is like super, super important to me. And so like having music from queer women of color, queer people of color is like, so I liked having that in my pieces.
Good question. There's another question.
Yeah, question.
Okay, so I'm not sure, I have technically have 2 questions based off of the first one. I can't remember if you guys said you wrote the Goodbye Georgia or not.
I did.
Okay, so what inspired you to write the wait part of it?
The wait part?
Yeah, it was after What Can I Do?
After What Can I Do? I think I think it was, we got into rehearsal and we were trying to break it up into chunks, because this was originally just a poem that I wrote. It was just a poem consecutive, it was not meant for theater. And we were trying to find ways to break it up into chunks. And we decided that all of those words really went together very well. And so I think, and they definitely have all of a theme, and I think when I was writing them, I think at the time when I was writing this, I was living in a small town in a conservative area with a lot of Civil War history. A lot of that, which made me just like even more disgusted with like my identity as somebody who is from Georgia and also being a queer person. And I was in this beautiful place with these beautiful views and horror, like absolute just horror history. And we talked about that in our rehearsal process, and I think that's sort of how we came to the like, the white noise and the silence, but also the sounds that we're making ourselves made it more impactful. But that's why I wrote it, because I think that's really hard for me to claim my identity as someone who is a queer Southerner, is that there's a lot of weight and a lot of stuff that goes along with that. Yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Yeah.
All right, we have time for one more.
Don't be afraid.
That's my mom.
This show and this process has evolved a lot in the past 4 years. Does anybody who's been a part of it over 2 or more years want to talk about how it has changed from being monologues, or primarily monologues, to now we have drag?
Yeah.
I mean, it's been some leaps and bounds. Like, do y'all want to talk about that at all?
I can talk about that. Alana, do you want to talk about that? Also, anyone else who's been in here for a while.
Sure, I'll give my piece. So last year was my first year, but I also saw it the year before, and I had auditioned for it my freshman year. So I think like seeing the process, like my freshman year was definitely like all just exclusively monologues basically, and then my sophomore year there were dance numbers, and that is, I think, when I was like, oh yeah, this is something that I need to be a part of. Like I genuinely, I'll say, like I cried in the audience that night. Like there were such moving pieces, and then with last year we had a lot of like original works where a lot of times we were having to like the year before pulling from the archive, but we had a lot of like things last year. Like I did a story. I'm a part of a storytelling troupe here in the department, and I did a story, and that was something that was like kind of new, like just something that's very personal narrative and like directly from me. And yeah, we did we had multiple stories last year, and then like songs. We had a song, multiple songs. But this year, I felt like we had a lot of new interest with like the freshmen that were coming in. It's just a lot of like, generally, I think overall the department has changed a lot, and like the interest that the students in this department have from like this being my 4th year and seeing how like different the people have grown and how just like our art in general, I think has become reflected in coming out because there's so many new things. And like immediately Peach and Sky were like, we want to do drag, and me and MJ were like, yes, absolutely, like we're doing that. And so there were just so many new things that we got to do, like even the dance with someone singing in the back, like it was just so many new things. And I just like love being able to also show that like queerness isn't just like monologues talking about, oh, this is how I came out, or like this is my like sad, like obviously like yeah, like everything isn't sunshine and rainbows, but like it's still like important to talk about queer joy, and I think this was a lot of joy, a lot of like this is what I love about being queer, and that's yes.
Me? I did coming out last year, and I also have seen it throughout the years. And like, I think the beauty of it is like, there's no way that it will ever be the same between the years, because it literally is just based on the people. So like, that's why it's always evolving. Like it physically can't not do that. Like, whatever happens, whoever wants to do it next year, like, whatever story they're wanting to tell or what art form they're wanting to share, like, that will probably get melded into the show. So, like, it's just a constantly evolving thing, is my thought.
We also had a cast of 18 this year, and we had a crew of, oh my gosh, we got 4 directors, 2 light designers, 2 sound designers, me, Alana, and a stage manager, and a set designer, and a dramaturg. So,
14.
like, we got a large group of people this year, and it is impossible to do monologues and get that many. We had so many people audition, and we've never really had that before. And so to fit that many people into one show, you gotta do scenes. Because if we didn't do scenes, we'd have half the people up here today, which is so exciting, and I think that's something that I look forward to, that interest in potential years when I come back to see it. It's really exciting that more people want to get involved. Alrighty, well that is our time. Thank you guys so much for sticking around.